The next section that we're going to look at is going to be talking about adding and subtracting complex numbers. Now, the nice thing about this is that pretty much everything that you know about algebra applies to complex numbers. So we're going to do a lot of problems where we kind of compare what happens with the addition and subtraction of complex numbers, and then what happens if we add and subtract just like regular stuff. So hopefully you're not too freaked out by something like this. So if we've got 2 plus 4x, and I want to add 6 plus 3x. Not too terrifying, right? Okay. So if we add something like this, we could say, all right, well, I'm going to say 2 plus 4x. I can tell that my parentheses aren't important. And my parentheses aren't important because they're just joining plus signs. And plus signs are not scary. They don't do anything weird. So I can go ahead and drop these parentheses. All right, now I can combine like terms. So I've got, let's see, 2 plus 6 is 8, and then 4x plus 3x is 7x, and I'm all done and super happy. All right, so that's not too bad. Let's take a look at something over here. Come here. Choo, 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 choo. There we go. All right, so try this one. 2 plus 4i plus 6 plus 3i. Okay? All right. You're going to treat this just the way that you did with the x, except instead of being x, it's going to be an I. So again, you compare something that you don't know into something that you do know. So you always want to try to draw parallels in math. So, okay, well, I don't know how to add and subtract complex numbers. Well, guess what? You know how to do something else that's very, very similar. So the material that we're talking about really isn't crazy new. It's just a new twist on something that you probably already know how to do. So we have 2 plus 4i plus 6 plus 3i. Maybe not sure what we're doing next, but we know for sure those parentheses don't matter. So 2 plus 4i plus 6 plus 3i, and we can drop those parentheses. Now all we need to do is combine like terms. So we can say 6 plus 2 is 8, and then 4i plus 3i, theories. Remember, I is just a representation. I is kind of like a variable, but we know what it's equal to before we even start, so it's kind of fun. Remember, I is just the square root of -1. It's kind of like x. X could be the square root of -1. We don't know. But in this case, it's just I. So you just kind of treat it like a little variable like you would x. So if we have 4i plus 3i, that's going to come out to 7i. So it's not too bad. So we've got an answer that looks very, very similar. I'll come down a little bit and do another one. Let's try this one. Try 5 minus 11i plus 6 minus 4i. Okay? Now this one. Again, you can drop your parentheses. Parentheses don't matter. Parentheses aren't doing anything. They're not doing us any favors. All right. Now we'll combine like terms. We have 5 and 6 is 11. Now negative 11 minus 4i. So negative 11i minus 4i. Negative 11 minus 4. Negative 15i. And honestly, that's all there is to it. Try another one. Try this one. Try negative 5 plus 7i minus negative 6 plus, I don't get use 7 again, negative 6 plus 3i. Alright. Now you say, oh, I'm excited, I'm just going to go for it. But you can't. Parentheses actually do matter here. Parentheses are actually doing something important. This parenthesis is taking care of this negative sign here, and negative signs are high maintenance. So we have this high maintenance negative sign that requires us to do something to it. And that is, it requires us to distribute. So I'm going to distribute it here, and I'm going to distribute it here. Now this first set of parentheses, no, they're fine. They're good. But now I have negative times negative 6, so it's going to be my plus 6. And then I have negative times positive 3i. So that's going to be negative 3i. So I've got negative 5 plus 6 is 1. 7i minus 3i is, again, 7 minus 3, negative 4, so negative 4i. Now you'll notice something that we're doing here. Every time we do this, we're doing like blah plus something I, blah minus something I, blah minus something I. The reason we're doing this is we're putting everything in this format, this a plus bi. This is called standard form. And it's important because it's just good manners. And if you don't have your stuff in standard form, you can't come to my party. So a plus bi, again, a is the real part, and b is the imaginary part. So every time you look at complex numbers, all the answers are going to be in this form. Blah plus something blah. Blah minus something blah. I. Yeah, blah plus something I. Blah minus something I, and then blah minus something I. So as long as you've got stuff in standard form, you're going to be good to go, and you'll be just inordinately awesome.